Hello, it is April 3rd, and the College Board has released some details about this year's AP Physics exam that I want to share with you. First up, they have got their schedule released. The physics exam is going to be May 14th at 3 p.m. The tests are going to be 50 minutes long, and then while they built the schedule so there are no tests at the same time, there are some cases where you might have two tests in a day. For example, I know many of you are in AP Chemistry, which is going to be right before the physics exam, so May 14th at 2 p.m. Now, there are a few, to accommodate that shorter test, the College Board did remove a few topics from this year's exam. They cut Coulomb's law, so charged particles. They cut everything about circuits, and they cut everything about waves. So you will not have to know anything about those three topics when you get to the exam. There are a few topics that we have left to cover that will be on the AP exam. We still need to do circular motion, which you've been working on this week. We need to do rotation, which is looking at how forces affect circular motion. And I'm expecting this to leave us with around 1 week for review. If you want to get a head start, there is a review folder available on Schoology. Those are materials that I think are good ones for preparing for the exam and that students in the past have given me positive feedback on. So feel free to start browsing through there to get a head start on reviewing, since we're going to be a little bit tight on that. Now, the other thing they're doing to accommodate the shorter exam is free response only. And I was really excited about this change because when I look at the Try 1 and the Try 2 finals, most of you did better on the free response than on the multiple choice. I can also tell you that historically, Tartan students have done better on the free response on the actual AP exam than they do on the multiple choice. So this is really playing to our strengths, which is great. There are going to be a total of 2 problems. Now, one thing that's going to be a little different is you will have to do the problems in order. So you'll get the first problem, you have to finish it, turn it in before you get access to the second problem, and then you are going to be timed per problem. So you'll have 25 minutes for the first problem. And as I understand it, even if you take less than 25 minutes, you're still only going to have 15 for the second problem. In between, you'll have 5 minutes to upload your work on each problem. So you'll do problem 1, you'll have 25 minutes to do that, you'll have 5 minutes to upload, then you'll do problem 2, and you'll have another 5 minutes to upload. Now, they've also told us what type of free response they're going to give. The first one will be a qualitative-quantitative translation, which is 25 minutes long. So that's the problem type where you have to go back and forth between thinking with equations and thinking conceptually and be able to connect those two ways of thinking. The other one they're going to have is a paragraph response, which is 15 minutes long. Now, when I think about when I've given you these problem types on quizzes or in problem sets, they're ones that most of you have done pretty well on. So I'm feeling really good about these being the problem types. Now, if you want some examples of these types of problems, in that review folder on Schoology, I've got a document where I link to all of the released free response from past AP exams, and I've got them sorted by both topic and by problem type. So if you take a look at that, you can find some examples of the QQT and some examples of the paragraph response, just to get a better sense of what are these actually referring to. Now, the test this year is also going to be open book, open note. So you get to have resources in front of you in addition to your formula sheet. And it's up to you what you want those resources to be. This test is also designed to be one that you can take at home. There are some states that have already closed schools through the end of the school year. Minnesota, that's still up in the air. But if we're back, you'll take the test at school. If we're still doing distance learning, then you'll take it at home. Now, they are going to have you either take a photo or scan your work. If you are concerned about access to technology to do that, The College Board has a form that you need to fill out by April 24th to let them know so that they can work with you on getting an alternate plan in place. Now, if you want to cancel your AP exam, given the unusual circumstances this year, they are going to allow a full refund. Let me know. I'll send you the link to Tartan's form to cancel. You do have to submit that form by April 20th. If you want to talk anything over, if you want to ask me any questions before you cancel, please just let me know, and I'll be happy to help you make a decision. So I hope everyone's doing well. If you have questions about any of this, let me know. I also have this information and the key links posted in the AP exam updates folder on Schoology.